When you see this, oh, it's game time now, okay? I ain't come to play, okay? Ooh, and I got more than one sheet of paper. Oh yeah, it's on and popping. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Gerline, owner of Blue Haven Salon, located in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, I launched my new series for the Solo Stylist, okay? So if you are a small business, meaning it's just you might have an assistant, that's cool. But if you are like me, I work alone, I'm home based, and if you feel as though you're stuck, you're not moving in the momentum that you feel like you should be, you just need some help to really propel you into the direction that you want to go in for your business, this video is just for you. So you can be a new cosmetologist, you can be fresh out of cosmetology school, or you may even be in cosmetology school right now and you're just trying to gain as much knowledge as you can. This video is for you. You may be in the business for 5+ years, 10+ years, and you just feel like, I've been doing this for so long, I think I just want to revamp and just get things back going. This is a perfect place to start. And so, salon suite owner, booth rental, come on now. All right, so this video is specifically geared towards goal setting and setting up some clear expectations from the beginning. If you are not actively working in your business, if you are not like strategically looking at, okay, how did the first quarter go? How did the second quarter go? Sometimes you kind of get stuck into doing the same things over and over. And if there are any areas of improvement, you kind of miss out on that because you're not analyzing and looking back at some of the things that worked, some of the things that didn't work, so that you can move accordingly in your business to be running an efficient salon. All right. If you are new to my brand, meeting me, I don't want to say guru. I am heavy believer on vision boards. And before you, hold up, before you even get started with like, oh, all the nays about vision boards, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. I firmly believe that there are good ways to create a vision board, and then there are ways that are like ineffective. All right, so the methodology that I preach, that I teach when it comes to vision boards are proven principles that truly help you reach your goals. All right, so we don't just put things on a piece of paper or on a board and call it a day. That's not what I do. I even tell you, before you even get started, you got to go to God. You got to go pray about it, because honestly, if we know that we have purpose, if we were created for a purpose, we got to go to our creator to make sure that we are in alignment with our purpose. There are times we're going after things, we're trying to pursue things that ain't got nothing to do with us or our purpose. But then we're frustrated, we're mad, we're angry at the end of the day, but that's not what God wants us to do in the first place. So I always say we go to the source, we go to our Father, and we ask him for that clarity, for discernment, for understanding as to what exactly we need to be going after. Okay, so I have launched Divra Nation University, and Divra Nation University, it's an online course that is self-paced, that you are able to really dive deeper into creating an effective vision board. I go in depth with it, okay? I tell you what you should be doing even after you create your vision board, so you really have the framework as to what you should be doing realistically, ideally, on a day-to-day basis, so that you are moving one step closer to your goal. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there, because what I'm going to talk to you about today is not going to be in detail. I'm just giving you a brief overview, because this series, I want you to really be able to kind of like jot down some of these things and then really dive deeper, on your own time, to really understand each of these concepts. I don't want this video to be overwhelming to you. I don't want this video to kind of drain you. I just want to introduce these concepts to you, and then I'll have other resources that you are really able to dive deeper into each of these points that I'm going to share with you along this series. Okay, so If you are watching this video and I've already uploaded my other series, girl, grab some popcorn, get your notebook paper out. Oh, it's about to be a good one, okay? I'm really going to give you some good gems here that you are able to implement right now, okay? So let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about why you need to set your clear goals and your expectations. Let's start there. So I'm really big on understanding and knowing exactly what I'm going after. If you do not know what your goals are for your business, what are you in business for? What is your goal? What do you want to do? So you need to be able to ask yourself those questions. I'm going to give you 3 categories. You don't have to stick to these 3 categories. However, these 3 categories are really important for you to touch on when it comes to outlining some of your goals for your salon. Number 1 is, how much money do you want to make? I had to hit you with the money in the beginning because honestly, we have to be able to support our lifestyle, right? We want to be able to take care of ourselves through what we do for work, right? And so therefore, if you're going out to apply for a job, one of the things you got to know is, what's the income? What's the salary? Because I cannot go and put in an application for a job and then they tell me the salary and I'm like, I can't live off of that. You know what I'm saying? I have children. I have a mortgage. I have a car note. I need to be able to generate enough income to take care of not only myself, my children, but be able to operate my business. So what is your income goal? How much money do you want to make each month? And I'm going to tell you to set some realistic goals. I'm not telling you, don't be saying you want to make $100K a month starting off. I'm telling you to set some expectations, some realistic expectations, because once you set the bar too high and you aren't able to reach that bar, now you mad. Now you don't want to do anything. So therefore, setting realistic expectation is very important. I'm not saying you to set the bar so low, you know, you're not really putting in the work. Set it at a realistic position so that you are able to really be actively working every day towards it. So income, how much money do we want to make each month? This will actually help you then determine, okay, what are my services that I'm going to be offering? How many days a week do I have to work? How many hours a week do I have to work in order to be able to generate this income? All right. Sometimes, depending on the service that you offer, you may just need to take 1 or 2 clients a day, depending on how long it takes and all that good stuff. So that is up for you to decide as to, okay, what that schedule will look like. The next is your clientele. Who do you want to service? Do you want to service just children only? Men and women, or just women only? Do you want to service business professionals, business owners, the elderly community? All that plays a factor into how you market yourself, how you show up in the marketplace to be able to attract the clients that you want. So really answer that question. If you are new or if you are just starting off, you may want to test the waters to see exactly who your ideal clients are. And then you can kind of like tailor it in and be like, okay, I don't want to service children under 12, you know, or I only want to start 18 and up. That's up to you to decide, because you have to be real with yourself, because you don't want to be taking on clients that are not ideal. And now you're frustrated, you're mad because this person is stressing you out. They're not your ideal client. No, they don't want to pay the prices that you set. They always want to reschedule. They cancel last minute, or whatever the case may be. Those are not your ideal clients. You don't want to be able to open the door to allow them to come in and tear your business apart because you just want to be nice and take everybody in. It doesn't work like that. And the last one I want you to focus on is your lifestyle goal. And when I say lifestyle, I'm not talking about traveling and going on trips and doing all these things. I want you to figure out how you want your work and life balance to be. You want to be mentally and physically healthy. You do not want to be working, trying to go after the bag, but you really can't even enjoy the bag because you're burnt out, you're overwhelmed, overworked. It doesn't work. So you really want to say to yourself, what do I want my life to look like running my business? Quick example, okay, I am a solo parent, and so my kids are with me majority of the time, and so therefore I was working at night at some point in time, and so I wouldn't be able to help my kids with their homework. Why? Because I am working on a client. And so it came to the point where at the end of the school year, I had to look at my schedule and say, you know what? I can't work at night anymore. I cannot work because my kids are not able to get the attention that they need. Granted, I don't have little babies. However, I felt as though, I want to be able to help them and make sure that they get in bed on time. I want to make sure that, if there's something that I need to be doing with them to help them with their reading, their math, I want to be available to help them. And so because of that, I had to do what I had to do and rearrange my schedule, because it's one thing for me to be working and servicing clients. I can't neglect my household. I can't neglect my kids. And so therefore, these are the things that you need to be asking yourself realistically. What do you want your lifestyle to be? Now I feel rewarded because my daughter is in Girl Scouts. When we need to go to church midweek, if we need to do activities with my kids at church or whatever, there's no guilt. There's no me trying to pick and choose. Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? No, it's like, okay, this is my time for me and my children. They're my priority. Yes, I have a business. However, I have to set those boundaries. All right? Okay. All right. So the next thing you want to be able to identify is what type of stylist you want to be, how you want to be known. Do you want to be just a natural hairstylist, a braider, a luxury stylist? You want to specialize in hair color, extensions. What is it that you want to be known for in your industry? Okay, whether it be makeup, lash, facials, hair, barbering, whatever that is, you want to ask yourself, what do you want to be known for? Because that will help you with continuing education and just other stuff that I'm going to elaborate on in future episodes. Once you know what type of stylist that you want to be, I'm telling you, it helps you create your content. It helps you with your marketing. It helps you with your whole energy as to how you show up for yourself in your business. So now, here are some other things you need to be able to set some clear expectations up front. And I touched briefly on it a few moments ago, and basically is your boundaries. If you've been in this service-based industry, you know that you do have a passion to help and serve others. However, you can't run yourself down helping everybody and not set boundaries. You have to set the boundaries, and not only set them, you're going to have to follow them, all right? And so I have some examples for you. So I am closed in my salon on Sundays and Mondays, all right? I'm closed. However, for like the Thanksgiving holiday that just passed by, I took Thursday off and I took Black Friday off. Because I was off on those 2 days that I'm normally working because of the holiday, I then worked Sunday and Monday. It's like a balance. It's a trade-off. You might be in the position to you're like, no, I'm off Sunday and Monday. Matter of fact, I'm off that whole week. That's up to you to decide on what you want to do. However, that is an example of, yes, I have my set schedule. I have my boundaries. However, due to the holiday, I worked it out just so that I can still meet my income goal at the end of the week. So I want you to use that, to your own will and do it as you wish as to when it's setting up your boundaries. Now, another example. I have people to say, I could come on Sunday. Hey, you having no appointments today? And I say, I'm so sorry. I'm closed on Sundays and Mondays. I'm closed on Sundays and Mondays. And then, that's it. Because the thing about it is, once you start to compromise on your schedule and try to fit people in, you're gonna regret that in the end. You might do it 1 or 2 times here and there, but if you are consistently doing that, I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. All right, so let's talk about some non-negotiables. Some non-negotiables are going to be your pricing.
Some non-negotiable, some non.
I'm struggling with that word. Some non-negotiable. All right. So you want to make sure that you stick to your pricing, your policies, and how you want people to treat your business. Okay. How you treat your business is how other people treat your business. If you treat your business as a hobby, that's how other people are going to treat your business. But if you are running your business as it should be a business, you have no issues. So you want to make sure that you are being consistent and showing up and doing the things that you need to do so that you're able to grow and mature in your business. All right, so as we wrap this episode up, I really want you to take your time to really outline what your goals are. And this is just the foundation to get started, all right? So in our next episode, we're going to talk about systems. I love that word, systems. And so if you do not know what that even is, creating a system in your business, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and get ready to really take your business to the next level. If you are ready to really create systems that's going to help you run your salon smoothly, stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you want me to even elaborate more on any of the topics I talk about, leave them in the comments below and I will respond to you, or even create a follow-up video to answer your question, because maybe other people have that same question as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, and share this video with anyone that you feel like could benefit from this as well. And so thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.